Hi there, and welcome. I am Mrs. Marcos, an instructional coach from Educator Development Institute, or EDI, here at New Paradigm for Education. In today's tutorial, I will show you how to use ExactPath to pull out targeted mini lessons specifically for small group instruction. Whether you're working with struggling learners, students who need enrichment, or simply differentiating your lessons, ExactPath is a powerful tool to help meet the diverse needs of your small groups. In this video, I will also guide you step by step through the process of finding the most relevant mini lessons based on your students' performance data. You will also learn how to pull those lessons and tailor them for your small group, ensuring you can provide personalized, focused instructions that makes a real impact. By the end of this video, you'll be ready to use ExactPath to strengthen your small group teaching and boost student outcomes. What are we waiting for? Let's dive in. All right, so let's go ahead and log in our account here in edmentum.com. There you go. So you will see my dashboard is a little different from yours because mine is for administrators. However, we have similar tabs on the upper part of your dashboard. You will see here my classes. You also have here the different learning paths, the math, reading, and language arts. You can also see here the reports, which can tell us what is the current grade level of our students, okay? The skill set that our students have already mastered, have not mastered, individual performance data of our students, and many more. We can also have here the Assess and Teach tab, which we can browse different skills and standards that our students need to learn and master. Okay, let's go ahead and try to pull out some mini lessons. In pulling out mini lessons, okay, you can get those from one of these three. Okay, so let's have the reading. Once you click reading, you will see three portions of it, sections of it. Let's go ahead and click the knowledge map. Since I don't have a set of class, let's just pull out Mr. Mariano's class, which is one of the teachers that I support. Mr. Mariano teaches first grade. Okay, so you will see in his dashboards different symbols. Okay, so who among you like me who love symbols? Okay, so when we love symbols, we can have a very quick glance on what the data tells us. Okay, so we have here the small green symbols with a trophy. Okay, this symbol tells us that a specific or particular student already mastered a specific skill set. Okay, then we also have here a blue block with an arrow. Okay, here, this tells us that a specific student is repeating the same skill for 2 times. Okay, repeating the same skill, trying to master the same skill for 2 times. We also have here the plain blue block, which tells us that the students are currently practicing specific skill sets. Okay, but I want you to focus on 2 symbols in here, which are the hazards and the blocks with red X's. Hazards with an exclamation mark tells us that a student has not taken the progress check yet because the student is either not ready or still struggling. Okay? From here, we can already intervene before the student even take the progress check. Okay? So this is the symbol for that. But we want to focus on the red X's in here. Okay? Red X's in here tell us that students have not mastered the skill. And from there, we can pull out or use the mini lessons. Okay? Because our target is to teach and to have, to intervene and to teach to guide or give extra support to our focus students who are not mastering the skill set that they have to in their grade level or even below their grade level. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to pick one skill set. Okay, as we can see, as I am seeing the dashboard of this particular section, retelling stories has a lot of red X's, most of them. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this skill set, retelling stories. Okay, if it can give us a mini lesson. Once you click any of the X's under the retelling stories, this bottom part will pop up. Okay, it can give you the learning path or show you the learning path where the student is currently practicing or completed a lesson. It can also give you the resources. It can also give you the standard coverage, okay, where the student need to master the particular competencies or standards. It can also show you the previous skill attempts that a particular student has already or had already done and the progress check that the student is currently mastering. Okay, let's go back with the resources. I want you to click resources. This is where we can pull out the mini lesson. Once we click resources, we can see here worksheets. Okay, this part of the Edmentum is the best part that I really love. Why? Because other than the learning paths that the system is giving to our students, it can also help us teachers on how we can give extra efforts to our students by giving them additional worksheets that we can print, okay, whether they're using the computers or sometimes printed ones. We have here the worksheets. We can preview it. All right. Okay, simply as this. So if you're doing a small group, you can print this out, and this will be the worksheet of your student for that particular schedule. Okay, simply, right? This is for first grade. Okay. Also, it will show you the answer key. But in this case, since this is a retelling tales, answers will vary. We will check other samples later on if we can see a different one. But here, okay, in this navigation, other than the worksheets, we can also have the answer keys for the particular task. Okay. And here on the last part, we can see the lesson ideas. And there you go. This is the mini lesson that we can pull out, okay, print out to give our students, to teach our students when we are conducting mini lesson. Okay, so this has 14 pages, okay, and it has a lot of things that we can use. Okay, so let's go ahead and discuss each. All right. So we can see here the lesson objectives of a particular skill set. We can also have here the learning modalities targeted, okay? Visual, auditory, kinesthetic, or tactile. We can also have, this serves as the lesson plan of us teachers when we are conducting mini lessons, okay? We can also have here the warm up, okay? The motivation part in our teaching. We can also have here the materials needed during the small group and the procedure on how we will do the activity. Okay? We can also have here the independent practice, okay, guide on how we can really intentionally test our students. Okay, we can also have here the closing activity, okay, for continuous learning. Okay, now, since ExactPath tailors student skills, whether they are struggling or need additional support, we can have here the options. Sometimes when we are doing small group, it doesn't necessarily mean we're only teaching students who are struggling. Okay, in doing small group, we are also teaching students who need extra support or students who need enrichment. Okay, these are what we call advanced learners. Okay, in here, in this mini lesson guide or lesson plan, we can also see the advanced learner option. Okay, if we have in our small group students who are already on or above their grade level. Okay, we can also see here, most especially, the option for or the lesson plan, the plan for our struggling learners on how we approach the teaching when we are conducting the small group instruction. Okay, it actually offers a lot of activities. It also gives us extension activities. Okay, these are things that we can, send students home for extra or during weekend for extra activities that they can practice. Okay, and we can also have here the ELL or English as second language learners teaching tips, because we have some international students as well in our school. So we have here the tips for that. And there you go. Other than the lesson plan here, we can see the lesson itself. All you have to do is to print this whole packet. It will give you, since this is we're telling stories, it will give you the photos, okay, or the words, the stories itself. Okay, there you go. So I believe this is about the three little pigs. There you go. Then we have here the short story. Okay, short story that you're not going to give students, but you are going to teach your students. We also have here some pieces of paper that we can cut out depending on the procedure that this mini lesson wants us to do. We also have another short story here, the tortoise and the hare. Very short story. We also have a pal for Sal. Okay, this is just more on the retelling stories where students need to retell or restate what happened in the story. Okay, sometimes in drawing, sometimes in sentences. Okay, we have here the worksheet that we can give to our student. They can either draw there, or if students already know how to write statements, they can also write. But here, I believe this is a drawing paper, okay, for a particular short story. Okay, we also have the Little Red Riding Hood here. So, as you can see, there are a lot of options in here, okay, that we can really intentionally give to our students. All right, let's check another one. Okay, so let's go to math. Okay, let's go ahead to math. Simply as clicking math, going to knowledge map. Okay, choosing a choosing your name, of course. Okay, but here I'm gonna choose Mr. Mariano with his first grade. All right, so let's check. Okay, obviously, as we opened it, we have a lot of X's in this column, classify objects. Let's click it. Just click the X. Go to resources. A lot of worksheets in here, right? We have the sorting, classifying, the lesson, the practice that we can assign to them. We have here the worksheets that we can print. Okay, most especially when students are doing um such all of the I mean the whole school community are doing ANET or NWEA, wherein some of the students cannot use computers for ExactPath. We can print this out. Okay, or during small group, most especially, we can print the different worksheets with different answer key. Let's go ahead, click this example. There you go. Okay, just simply print this out, reproduce, and give to students that they will answer after we taught them. Okay, we can also see the answer key for that. Yep. Okay, the answer key for that, and many more in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and click the lesson ideas here, the mini lessons here. Click it. Same as what we have in reading, we have the lesson objectives, learning modalities, the warm up, the materials needed, the procedures, okay, on how we will teach, we will conduct the activity, independent practice for our students, the closing activity, okay, Same as we have here the advanced learner option for our struggling learners who really need extra support, extension activities, and ELL teaching tips. Okay, then after that, same, we have here the worksheets that we can print out for our students. Okay, this is a very, very, very good resource for our students because these are aligned, okay, with what the learning paths in ExactPath, okay, give them. Okay, we don't need to worry about how will I make another presentation. Are these resources that I just got from a particular site reliable? Are these relevant to what they're currently in? Okay, nothing to worry about. We have here everything in ExactPath. Okay, so there you go. I will just repeat. Okay, from the dashboard, you will click one of the learning paths, go to knowledge map. Okay, and then sorry for that. And then there you go. You have to check or to choose, okay, one skill set that you will teach in your small group. Then there you go. You will see the lesson ideas. Okay. Now that you know how to pull out mini lessons from ExactPath for your small group instruction, you're now ready and equipped to provide personalized support to your students. But remember, the goal isn't just to give students the worksheets, okay? It's to use the data and resources from ExactPath to inform and enhance your teaching because you'll serve as the guide to actively engage with your students, to facilitate the discussions, and making sure that each lesson aligns with their unique needs. ExactPath is here to support your instruction, not to replace it. Okay? By incorporating these mini lessons into your teaching, you are able to provide targeted, meaningful instruction while still maintaining that essential human connection with your students. If you have more clarifying questions or need extra support, just let me know. Thanks for watching and happy teaching. Goodbye.